All right, in today's video, I want to go over my first impression with this drone right here. This is the Antigravity A1. This is crazy, man. This is my first time ever flying with a 360 drone. Look at how small this drone is. To be honest with you, this is like the smallest drone I ever flew. This is a 360 drone that I had to go to Jakarta to get during my visa run because there was some complications getting it here in Vietnam. That being said, I've been using it around here in Halong Bay, and I took it on like 4 flights. So I just want to share my first impression. I'm not going to go through all the details of the drone. So we got to start off with the size of the drone, because when I unboxed it, I thought, like, damn, this is a really small drone, and it weighs about like 249 grams, and this thing is tiny as heck. This is one of the smallest drones that I've ever flown, let alone a 360 drone. Oh man, that rhymed. And on the top and the bottom of the drone, you have 2 cameras, and they film everything up in the sky. So if you know anything about 360 cameras, you know that they usually have like 2 lenses recording a full 360 for you to edit when you bring it back in post. Now, alongside that, you get the grip controller and the vision goggles. Now, the vision goggles are bigger than this drone. I have to say, before you can fly the drone, you're gonna have to activate the drone and download the latest firmware updates. And I would actually recommend you guys not to use your Wi-Fi connection to the device to download your firmwares, because that takes forever. I've tried it and it's not as effective. What I recommend you guys do instead is, when you guys first activate your drone and your devices, to download the Antigravity Sync app, get your devices, your goggles, your drone, and your controller, and then connect that to your computer via the USB-C. This is the most reliable way that I found. I don't want you guys to, waste your time doing the Wi-Fi connection thing. This is the better method, so just keep that in mind. Another thing we gotta talk about is the flight itself, and this is where I had the most fun. Now, I didn't try like the Sky Genie for this video, again, because this is my first impression video. I would do an in-depth review once I get more flights and experience in. Can we just say, like, for my first impression, this drone has been such a wonderful first flight experience. I want to compare that to my first flight that I had with my DJI drone. I've owned several DJI drones in the past, the Mavic Pro 2 and the Mavic Pro 3, and now this drone. Now, when I flew with that drone, the Mavic Pro 3, it was more nerve-wracking for me than it was fun. However, the A1, now this is a fun drone to fly, and I think it's because of the grip controller. And this feels like a conventional video game joystick, right? So you have the trigger right here, which is to accelerate. And I find this to be really, really good, because you literally just point and you basically steer with it. So if you want to go right, you press forward, you accelerate, and then you go to the right. And if you want to steer left, you go left. Whereas with the conventional drone, like I had with like the RC remote controller with the joystick, it was harder to control, and I feel as though the learning curve was a bit steeper. Here, I can just take the drone off and start flying immediately, like no problems whatsoever. Another thing that helped with such a great flying experience was the goggles. When you put on these goggles, you get to see what the drone is seeing up there, and it's such an immersive experience. And you can tilt your goggles around and you can see the entire 360 field of view. You can look down and see like a bird's eye view. You can look up and see the sky or the sun. Again, use the grip controller, press the button to move forward, and it will move forward. The grip controller reminds me of those video game controllers, with the ones that you have in like the flight simulations that I played with a long time ago. When you point it down and accelerate, you can see it descending. It almost looks like it's doing a nosedive. And then when you flick it up like this, the drone shoots into the sky. So it's really, really cool. And I feel like it's more intuitive using this style of control than those RC remote controllers where you had to control with the joystick. Oh, the water. Wow, this is crazy. I basically have to like move my head and my arms, and then it sort of steers. That being said, if you feel as though this grip controller isn't for you, I did hear that the A1 will have a traditional RC remote controller available in the future, which should give users more flexibility and possibilities. Another cool feature that I like is you get to change the cockpit. There are different options available, but I chose to ride as a dragon. So when you are flying up there, you see dragon wings and you see the rider on the dragon, and it's again, a pretty cool feature, I might say. I also like how there is a screen capture feature within your goggles. And this is really cool, because then I can now record my flights and show it to you guys. You can record your audio as well. So you can hear everything that is being said. So here is an example of what I saw when I was flying up there. And I thought it was pretty hilarious. Yeah, let's use an open cockpit. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, I'm a dragon. Wow, I'm a dragon. This is crazy. Wow. Can you see I'm a dragon? Wow, I'm a dragon. Oh my God. I'm a dragon. Wow. Look at me. Wow. Oh man, I'm a dragon now. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. I'm a dragon. Oh my God. Like I'm flying. Dun, 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 dun. Wow. I see everything. Wow. Dun, 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 dun. Na, 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 bum, ba-na-na, bum, ba-na-na. Wow, I can see how long. Đẹp quá. I can look down and I can look up and I can look that way. Wow, that's crazy. I'm like Daenerys Stormborn. I want to hit this person right here. I'm aiming for them. Yeah. Oh no, it didn't work. Wow, that's crazy. Wow. Wow. So we had to talk about the battery life. Out of one battery, you get like 24 minutes of flight time, which is really good in my opinion. I was flying this drone in Vietnam and it's summer here, so it's really hot. So I would fly it about for like 10 minutes at a time. It's good to have spare batteries. I was just flying around to some of these Jade Mountains right here, and I was just steering it and watching it through my goggles. And I just kept thinking, damn, this is so fun. That mountain is so cool. And as you know, you shouldn't be flying this drone alone. That's why you need like a buddy to spot you, because you are inside that goggle. And then when you are like, immersing yourself in that, you kind of move around and stuff like that. And you may not be able to watch your surroundings when you do that. So that's why I recommend you having a buddy to spot you. We have to talk about the footage of the drone. So if you are used to the 360 cameras, then you know that in this drone, they are using the same sensor, I believe, that is found in the Insta360 X5. The X5 is Insta360's new flagship model for 360 cameras. Now, that being said, I like that all I had to do was fly a straight path and the camera captures everything. Because of that, that's where you can go into post and reframe your shots afterwards. So you don't have to worry about whether you missed a shot or not. You just know that the drone captures everything, and then it's up to you to go back and look for the footage in post and reframe the shots and see how you would use it with your creativity. When I was looking back at the footage, I find it to look really, really good. So again, if you are used to the X5's footage, X5's image quality, then you have no problem with this drone whatsoever. However, I have to say one thing though. I wish there was like a 10 bits log footage for like serious videographers, for them to like, just edit their videos and color grade their footage a lot better, because this is one of the problems that I have with this drone right here so far. But overall, this 360 drone has been a wonderful flying experience for me. I did not stress about getting the shot. I didn't stress about flying it. It was pretty intuitive using this remote control right here. The goggles were awesome. It was such an immersive experience looking at the live feed through the goggles. It's truly been a wonderful experience, and I had a great time flying with the Antigravity A1. And guys, make sure to subscribe to my channel for when I do a full review of the A1 drone once I get more experience under my belt. And if you guys are interested in this drone, I'll leave the links in the description, because Antigravity is having their biggest sale of the year. So you basically get an A1 for 25% off. You're saving about like $480, and the first 10 orders will get a free flight battery worth $100. So don't miss out on this. This is a perfect drone for beginners. Antigravity does offer some comprehensive after-sales service, so customers purchasing through the official store can request a return of 15 days of receiving the product. So this is only for US customers only, so something to give you guys extra peace of mind. What do you guys think of the A1 Antigravity A1 drone? Let me know down in the comments section below, and thanks so much.